Hey guys, you might be wondering why I'm wearing this. Actually because Anchorman 2 is coming out really soon. It's in the month of December. So Fandango has this super ticket experience and you might have the opportunity to win something. So things that you can win is that you can go to a movie 2 days early. You get a copy of Wake Up, Ron Burgundy, The Lost Movie in HD, a digital download. Of Anchorman 2, and $5 at AMC's concession stand. So if you want to win that, go to the link in the description below and you can check out the video from Ron himself to get a chance to win these super tickets. And yeah, so definitely go to that, and you just have to leave your favorite Anchorman quote in that video and you'll have a chance to win. So I want to tell you guys about that, and we can have a chance to win something. So yeah, the link's in the description below, so definitely check that out. Well, let's talk about Arrow. This is the second, I guess the first part of the mid-season finale. There's 2 parts, and this episode was called The Scientist. This is the Barry Allen episode. Yeah, so very excited for that, and let's see if I enjoyed this episode. So we do have Sebastian Blood's story coming to a head now. They're learning about the super soldier type characters, and now this new guy, Barry, comes to town and he's investigating it. He's like, why is he investigating it? He's starting to develop, I guess, a crush on Felicity, and Felicity has the same for him, and get to see the dorky side of him and learn a little bit about him. And, you know, how his mom got killed and his father was framed about it. So we are learning more about Barry and some, I guess, his motives. We really didn't have motives, but we learn maybe he's lying about stuff, that way he could learn more about these supernatural things, because it related to his mother's death. So Oliver's trying to figure out the same case, and, you know, also Thea, Roy, and Sin are trying to figure out the same case at the same time, because one of Sin's friends was also dosed with one of Sebastian Blood's, I guess, vials. So they're trying to figure out who is this guy, what happened to him, because they don't even know about the vials. I'm sure in the next episode maybe they will find out about the vials. But they're investigating the same thing. You see all these different perspectives of the same investigation. We also, of course, get the aftermath of the Moria, Malcolm Merlyn story, which I guess was only a little bit of a secondary story. They didn't do too much with it, but I'm sure we're going to get more of that because we got Ra's al Ghul name dropping over there. And Malcolm, the only thing he wants is to tell Thea, hey, you know, I'm alive, I'm your father, come with me, and we'll live happily ever after. And Moria does not want to tell Thea, and she's standing up for herself now. She's like, well, I just called up Ra's al Ghul, and he's not so happy that you tried to destroy Starling City, so I would run. And I have a feeling that Malcolm's still going to tell Thea. I think that's what we're going to see with the mid-season finale. That's pretty much what happens here. We also get to see a flashback, more development with Slade. Maybe we're getting more of the head of how he became Deathstroke. He does get the super soldier type serum, and that definitely could lead him to become Deathstroke. But he was pronounced kind of dead in this episode, so I think we all know that's not how Slade's going to die, and it's going to be very interesting to see his story, and again, how everything relates in this episode. So did I like this episode? Yeah, I did. You know, I did think it was a very solid episode. At first when Barry was introduced, because we have to talk about Barry, this is Barry's episode, you know, at first when Barry was introduced, I liked him, but also I thought the lines were a little bit forced, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was a little awkward lines at first, but then it grew on me totally, Barry's character, and I really liked the geeky side that they played. You know, a cute geeky guy. I think they did a good job here, and I really liked the Felicity and Grant relationship that was building there, and you know, Oliver just being like, yeah, look what's happening, but in a kind of nonchalant way that Oliver would do that. Maybe in a little bit of a stiff way. I couldn't really tell him that, but I did like, of course, Oliver just being like jealous and maybe a little less obvious, because I feel like Felicity is very obvious with her feelings, but Oliver's not so obvious, and that makes sense for his character. So I did like that. If you're a Felicity shipper like I am, I was very happy to see that, but also really like to see Barry and Felicity because they are totally like the same character. And I really liked the Barry I guess the Flash undertones, I would say, because there's a lot of signs like when he's like mixing around with the chemicals and lightning went off. That's obviously a sign to his origins. That's how he got his powers. And I'm curious to see, obviously it's something to do with Flash, maybe Professor Zoom or whatever. I'm really curious about the mother's death and who actually killed her in the Arrow universe and who had the super speed. Very curious about that and how he will get his powers. Yes, I'm very interested in that. And if he does have his own series, I think they were setting that up to see, oh, if he has his own series, we'll find out more about his mother. And I don't think he's going to be in episode 20. I don't think they're doing a backdoor pilot anymore. They're just going to do a pilot for him. And I think Grant did actually a very good job with him. I really liked it. Again, the first scene felt a little stiff with me, but every other scene, I really enjoyed Barry and this Arrow persona. And it really reminded me of like a Silver Age Barry. And honestly, a lot like the Flash comic going on right now, a lot of those undertones. So if you're enjoying Francis Manapul series, I think you really enjoyed this Barry, because there's a lot of that story that's going on in that series that's actually going on in Arrow. You know, this episode was on a little bit of the slower side. There wasn't anything that, like, humongous happened, which I kind of wish it did. But this is just a big setup episode going into the mid-season finale, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of explosive things with all characters. They're setting up a lot of stuff, like even Colton getting hit, even Roy getting hit with the arrow. I think that's even setting up for something. And then him saying, well, I have my own team. Could that be like Thea pushing her away to be in the team and Sin and Roy just like being a team? That'd be pretty interesting. And I really think, honestly, Malcolm is going to confront Thea and somehow like kidnap her and keep her to himself. And that could grow Thea's character a lot. Maybe becoming more of an action character that we don't really see right now. And, you know, something I really want to see with Thea is, of course, become Speedy and Roy to become Arsenal. So I want to see that, and I think that could actually be possible if she ends up going with Malcolm with the mid-season finale. And that could be very interesting for her character and even Moria's character. So very interested in that. I'm really enjoying the Slade story. I really want to see how that picks up, because I don't think he's dead, and I think we're finally getting to see him become Deathstroke, which I think obviously I've been waiting for. I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting for that. So definitely, I thought this was a very solid episode. I liked the ending, how Barry found out who Oliver was, and I thought it was a good cliffhanger. It wasn't a shocking cliffhanger. I don't think there was anything too shocking in this episode, but this was a very good setup, lead up to the mid-season finale, which I think is going to be really good. And I just really enjoyed Barry's setup. I think Barry's setup was done very well here, and overall I thought the episode was pretty solid. So I'm going to give it 4 stars. Really, really looking forward to next week, of course. Tell me in the comments below what you thought about this episode. And guys, this is Comic Uno, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.